How's it going, guys? Skoks, Chicago Blackhawks Central here, and we are going to go over some recent Blackhawks updates and a few dark horse players on this roster right now. There's a couple guys that I want to point out that could be, you know, underrated for this team. Whether it's a returning player or a new addition to the team, but I'm going to go over that right after the intro. Yeah, so let's start it off with some recent Hawks updates for today on Tuesday morning. Let me pull up the profile so we can all take a look at it. Just to have a nice visual. Let's see here. Yeah, so let's take a look at some updates uh, from recent days. The first one dating back to 19th of July from Ben Pope from the Chicago Sun-Times. Small correction to these prospect rankings. Martin Misiak is expected to return to OHL, the Erie Otters, next season, so he will not be in Rockford uh, this upcoming season. And I think we all knew that. Maybe there was a chance of him being in Rockford, but I think we all uh, expected him to be back in the OHL, and I think that's good for him as a prospect. Started off pretty strong last season, but definitely needs some more de- development time in the OHL. Definitely good to have him down there where he could be, a top six player there. So good for Misiak. Awesome post from the Chicago Prospects account. Always putting out great stuff. I believe Wally runs this as well. But do want to take a look at this. Prospect Antti Sorella has been loaned to Luco for the 2024-2025 season. The Finnish forward spent last season with the Rockford Ice Hogs, scoring 5 goals and an assist in 27 games. So not a great season from him last year, but um, I'm totally fine with having him loaned. Not much of a future in the system, not a big prospect that we have here. So I am cool with Sorella heading back to, I'm guessing Finland, right? Yeah. But good to see him. If he feels more more comfortable playing that game there, that's fine. And he's a bit of an older prospect as well, so just didn't turn out very well here, but that's totally fine. Shout out to Riz once again. Roman Kantarov is so intriguing to me. I believe he has good top six upside. If not, his third line scoring will be nice for the future. Excited to watch him year two in the KHL next year. Definitely had an impressive season, and I also had my eye on him after that draft. Dug into his stuff a bit more, and he's very, very intriguing as a prospect. Skilled, top six potential, not a big frame, right? I believe he's only like 5'9", 5'10", but definitely very, very talented and has great puck skills. As you can see, he has a lot of deeks on his film. Yeah, so great to see that. But an interesting development here in Rockford. I think we were all wondering about the Stauber stuff, right? Jackson Stauber, I believe he is headed to Utah. I believe he got picked up last week, right? And we thought we would re-sign him, but I guess not. And the Ice Hogs are aiming to re-sign goaltender Mitchell Weeks to 2-year AHL contract. So I guess they see a decent AHL rotational goalie in Mitchell Weeks, and that's good to see. If he has to fill in at times for Soderblom, will be back down in Rockford with Drew Comesso. So we'll see. We will see how that rotation shakes out. Got my Bart Simpson uh, graphic going. Got it down pretty good now with my program. So definitely looks awesome. That looks really good, man. But yeah, was not able to go live last night, but we are live now. A very interesting story from Ben Pope. Once again, the Wirtz and Reinsdorf families announced a $7 billion project to transform the United Center parking lots into a mixed-use district with green space, mixed income housing, a music hall, and a parking facility. Um, I don't know how that's going to work. Taking up the parking lots because they definitely fill up to the brim every single time. So we're looking at green space, as a park somewhere, a small, you know, recreational area around the UC. Uh, Housing, I'm guessing they could put apartments up around here. It looks like they're trying to, map it out. Music hall and a parking facility. So they're gonna try and put up a parking lot, but a multi-level parking lot. But I don't know if that's gonna be a great idea. So we'll see how this develops. But it definitely seems like they are planning on doing something with some of the property. But we'll see how the parking shakes out because parking is already, um, doing well at the UC, and I guess they just want to develop that area a bit more. So if anyone has any thoughts on, the plans to shape up the area around the UC, so we'll see what happens with that. But taking a look at the most recent update, not too long ago, maybe less than an hour ago, I think. Yeah, a few hours ago, Finland. Um, Blackhawks prospect Yanni Peltonen makes Finland's World Junior Summer Showcase roster, and I believe he was our seventh round pick from last year, the Bedard draft. He didn't even have a picture on his draft page, right, when he got taken, but good to see him, be on a big stage like that as a defenseman. I believe he's left-handed, or he might be a right-handed defenseman, but good to see him get, on a bigger stage at the World Junior Summer Showcase and play up against some quality competition. Good to see that from him. And definitely some talent here in the, Finnish system. They're doing very well with hockey over in Finland right now. So shout out to them. But let's take a look at um, the dark horse players for this season, this upcoming season, right? A few underrated players that can really have an impact in the right role, because the roster shook out a little better now, right? Just looking at the additions of all of our free agents um, and now you can see the balance of these players and how they can shake out this lineup here. But looking at the dark horse players, I think we just have to start off with Lucas Reichel. If he's on the right line, if he's playing top 6 minutes, if he's paired up with like a Dickinson and Tavo on that second line, or whether he's on line 3 with Double A or Mikheyev on a speedier line, more talented line, does that help him out a bit more? And I think he is a dark horse player for this season. Um, some people are, not expecting a lot from him, but I still think that he has a lot to offer, some great potential. Still a very young player, so we'll see how his role shakes out. And I, you know, hope he finds his game, and he has a big year this year because that would be awesome to see from him. Another player I want to take a look at, just looking at last year and the role that he was playing, uh, starting out in like top 6 minutes, right? And he was playing bottom 6 minutes towards the end of the year. Just up and down player throughout the lineup. A very versatile player in Ryan Donato. As my second dark horse player, I think he's a quality NHL player that you can plug in the bottom six and play any spot, wing or center, and still, young at 28 years old here, left-handed shot, and I think he had a nice year last year with 12 goals, 18 assists, 30 points, and 78 games played. So he is a very durable player, and he had a pretty decent year last year with 30 total points. Uh, Nice to see good output from him last year, and I definitely think he's a dark horse for this year, in the right role with some um, upgraded talent around him. Guessing he's going to be in the bottom six, and we'll see who he's paired up with. But definitely keep an eye on Donato for this year as an underrated player that could have a nice season once again. But looking at the defense this year, um, I think there's only one dark horse for me this season on defense as someone that could, play above expectation in Alec Martinez. You know, Cup champion with the um, LA Kings. Just a quality defenseman over his whole career. Very reliable. He's 36 now, left-handed shot, but definitely my dark horse player for this year. Whether he's paired up with like a Kevin Korchinski or Connor Murphy on the right side, we'll see how that pairing shakes out. Who he's paired up with, because it's very interesting to see how this defense is going to shake out. Whether Korchinski starts with the Hawks this season, I think it all relies on Korch this year, where he starts off and how these pairings shake out here. But 4 goals, 13 assists last season, 17 points in 55 games played, only 6 penalty minutes. So a smart player can be aggressive at times, but definitely knows how to stay out of the box. So that's great to see if he's paired up with a younger player. At times, like if he switches with Vlasic or Korch, I think that will be very good for him and the younger players. But definitely my dark horse defenseman this year is Alec Martinez. Keep an eye on him and hoping he stays healthy. Just be a quality defenseman in the rotation down there. Maybe an honorable mention is Laurent Brossoit, goalie, 31 years old. Great season last year. I believe he had 92% with his save percentage. Just played quality hockey in net. Stout goalie. I believe he's 6'3" or 6'4", so nice to see a little more size in net, which I like for my goalies. Just be a bit bigger in net. And I believe Mrazek is 6'2", 6'3", more like 6'2", but quality size in net now. Nice to see that, and I definitely think he is an underrated dark horse, right? But I think everyone knows that he can be a quality rotational tender for this team, and I think we're all expecting him to be decent this year. Behind a more, you know, upgraded defensive core. Jared Tenorti, I'm not sure why he's listed on this list still. Uh, Interesting. Maybe they just forgot to take him off there. But yeah, those are my dark horse players for this upcoming season. In Reichel, Ryan Donato, who else did I not mention? I believe I just mentioned 2 forwards and Alec Martinez, and honorable mention Laurent Brossoit. Just underrated guys that can carve out a role this year and make an impact. But want to keep it nice and short today. We will be back midweek and cover some more updates and topics, and we'll be back at you then. But we'll see you later on. Let's go Hawks.